It's now 4:30 on WKYT this morning. Multiple people are without a place to stay this morning after Lexington police say a car slammed into their building overnight. We'll have the details on the investigation.
A Berea family is mourning the loss of a loved one after he was hit and killed by a car. Now police are trying to figure out who that driver is. And city leaders say they want to hear from you tonight about a pair of statues causing controversy in Lexington. We'll have the details on how you can make your voice heard on WKYT this morning.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is your Monday, and we are delighted you're with us on WKYT and hope you had a nice weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a first look at the forecast right now with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we're holding all those clear skies outside, and things look pretty good. I'm not really seeing any issues whatsoever. It's about the cool temperatures settling on in once again. We had that about a week ago, and we're doing it all over again, except this week we actually roll into fall. It's not only going to feel like fall, actually be fall. Temperatures outside in the 50s, and we get toward the afternoon, 75 degrees. Just an absolutely perfect day in store. We'll see how long we ride with this nice weather coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll enjoy it while it lasts, and we thank you. And in the news, a lot of people are without a place to stay this morning in Lexington. Overnight, firefighters say that a car slammed into a building, forcing many people out of their homes.
Yeah, this happened around 1 o'clock this morning on North Limestone Street at the old Lexington Pasta building. Lexington police say a car was going down North Lime when it crashed into the front of the building. They say the driver took off. Police tell us officers were on the lookout for the car for a drug-related call earlier. The fire department has since condemned the building until they're sure it is safe for people to stay inside. Also new this morning, Lexington police are investigating shots fired, a situation that happened overnight. Police say just before 2:30 this morning, someone fired around 18 shots into a home and a car on Charles Avenue. Investigators found 8 bullet holes in the home and 1 in the car. No one was hit. Police do not have any suspects at this time. A man is recovering this morning after police say someone shot him during a robbery. The shooting happened just before 10 last night on Warfield Place, I should say. Police say someone robbed the man and then shot him in the thigh. He was taken to UK hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police have not made any arrests. The family of a Madison County man who was hit and killed over the weekend still looking for answers as to who caused his death. Police found the body of 71-year-old Billy Croucher on the side of the road late Friday night. Investigators think a driver hit him. So far, they have not found that person responsible. WKYT's Sam Smith spoke to Croucher's son.
He was a good man, loved his family.
71-year-old Billy Croucher died Friday night. Officials say he was hit and killed by a car.
I got a 9-month-old boy, his first grandchild, and he's never going to know him.
His son wants to know why the driver didn't stop.
Could have been an accident, very well, you know. His mental shape was getting bad, you know what I mean? He could have walked right up in front of somebody, but, you know, they didn't have to leave him laying there. I wish that somebody would come forward.
Investigators don't have a description of the vehicle and are asking for clues from witnesses.
I wish somebody would come forward, you know, give us a little closure.
Folks that live around here say this is a busy intersection, and it's difficult to sometimes pick out what's noise from traffic and noise from a crash.
There was just really literally, I heard nothing. I mean, just the usual traffic. I wish I had of.
Croucher's family doesn't know why he was in the Prospect and Forest Street area, but they do say it's common for him to go on walks. They say if there was anything going on in town, he wanted to be a part of it. They say he loved being involved in the community.
No, he's just a great guy, good father, good man. Just cut short, you know.
In Berea, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Well, Croucher's family plans to hold his funeral at Lake's Funeral Home in Berea. They have not set a date.
4:34 on WKYT this morning, and we have an update this morning into the search for a man with ties to Lexington who is lost in South America. Enrique Rodriguez is a geophysicist. He went to Henry Clay High School and also studied at UK. Rodriguez went missing in Bolivia more than 2 weeks ago. His father has gone to Bolivia to help in the search, and he told us that rescuers will be launching 2 separate search parties later this morning. The family says the area where Rodriguez went missing has a lot of edible vegetation and fish. They hope, despite being lost and isolated, that he is still alive. Today, Lexington leaders are planning to hold a public forum to talk about a pair of statues that have caused some controversy in the community. City leaders are trying to decide what to do with the John Hunt Morgan statue, the John C. Breckinridge statue, and a marker detailing the history of the city's slave trade. All three symbols are near the old courthouse. The city has created an arts review board to decide what to do with them, and the board wants to hear from the public. The public forum will be tonight from 6 until 8 o'clock at the Fayette County Government Center on East Main Street.
Deputies in Jessamine County are investigating a crash that sent 5 friends to the hospital over the weekend. Around 3 o'clock Sunday morning, deputies said the driver lost control of his truck on River Road, rolled down a hill into an embankment. All 5 people in that truck went to the hospital. One of the victim's parents says that 4 of them are expected to be okay. The mother of one, Diane Clift, is grateful her son wasn't more seriously injured.
I just hope he's as thankful as I am that he's alive and well. Yeah. They're so young and they just don't understand what we know as we grow older. But I just hope he realizes how fortunate he is to walk away.
Well, crews airlifted one person named Morgan Walker to the hospital. Cliff says Walker has life-threatening injuries. The crash is still under investigation. Lexington police are trying to figure out what caused a driver to crash into a home. The wreck happened just after 12:30 yesterday at a house on the corner of Malibu and De Belafonte. Firefighters took both the driver and passenger to the hospital. The homeowner wasn't there when the wreck happened.
My girlfriend, she was coming from Nicholsville Road, and she called me and she said, I think somebody has driven through your garage. And I was like, I thought she was kidding for the longest time. I was like, you're joking, no way. Here I come, barreling down through there, and there's 15 fire trucks, 20 cop cars, and I look, and there's a car in my garage. Paint splattered everywhere, it's a mess.
Firefighters say there's no major damage to the home. As for the garage, they are not letting anyone in until crews repair it.
A Breathitt County mother is facing some serious charges this morning after police say she intentionally harmed her child and then lied to police about what happened. Police arrested Marlinda Hall last week. She told police that she was pushing her 2-month-old in a stroller when a 4-wheeler ran them off the road. Hall then told police that she pushed the stroller down an embankment and her baby hit the concrete. According to her arrest citation, Hall later confessed that she lied. Police say she tried to hurt the child by scratching his head with a pair of tweezers. Hall is charged with child abuse. Kentucky's state auditor says later today he will release a report on untested sexual assault evidence cases. The legislature wants to determine how many kits have gone sitting untested at Kentucky police agencies. The Kentucky State Police Laboratory got a $1.9 million grant from the New York District Attorney to help reduce the backlog of untested rape kits. State police say the money will pay for the testing of up to 33,000 of them.
A Lexington man accused of sexually abusing a child is set to face a judge today. 70-year-old Richard Harlow is charged with 4 counts of sexual abuse. According to his arrest citation, the alleged victim is under 12 years old. Harlow is set to be arraigned today.
An Eastern Kentucky animal shelter is dealing with an overpopulation problem this morning. This weekend, Whiskers or Wags Animal Rescue in Johnson County held its first adoption fair. The rescue opened back in July. Volunteers say they got 34 cats the first week they opened. And after the flooding, some more pets were then brought in. Right now, the shelter has about 60 cats and 30 dogs, and they're running out of room to house them.
Drivers traveling around the west part of Lexington this morning will find the commute a little bit easier. Crews have finished construction on Citation Boulevard. The road is scheduled to officially open at 3 o'clock this afternoon. People who live in the area say traffic congestion should subside.
We're hoping that it alleviates a lot of the, residual traffic on our side street.
Mayor Jim Gray and the State Transportation Department will hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony at 2 o'clock to open the road.
That should be helpful in that part of town. Well, a Kentucky girl giving a small gift to state police officers has gone viral. Sarah Yaki of Elizabethtown posted this picture on Facebook. She and her 5-year-old daughter Isabella reportedly stopped for ice cream Friday at the McDonald's in Radcliffe when the little girl saw the 5 Kentucky troopers along with an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. The officers were coming back from Cameron Ponder's funeral service. Ponder was shot to death last Sunday. Isabella told her mom that she wanted to treat them to ice cream. The troopers say people like Isabella make coming to work worth it. A wonderful happening there, certainly,
yeah.
On the end of a sad day. Time this morning is 4:40. WKYT This Morning is just getting started.
Are you looking for some fall decor inspiration? Mom's Every Day has a perfect floral arrangement you can recreate at home after the break.
And we have plenty of things to talk about as we roll throughout the next several days. Cool, comfortable weather. I'll get into that latest forecast coming up.